I've always had an issue knowing what my purpose is in life. I always question what significant thing I can do for the world, and in my 17 years of life, I feel like I still don't have a purpose. I seriously can't say much. My name is Jacob. I live in a city that's in a state, that's in a country, that's on a continent, that's in a hemisphere, that's on the globe, that's in the universe, and there's really not much else to me other than that. With that being said, the beginning of this year, the big bad senior year, was really a crappy time for me. I mean, everyone was still recovering from junior year while I was in my own little boat wondering, why is this actually hell? I seriously cannot explain why or what, but I did not cope well in my first semester, just having episodes of depression that held me back from going to class at UNM or even going to my senior project. And obviously, not going to class or your community service, which you need to do 100 hours of, is really bad. I mean, let me tell you about the crap hole I went through. Like, no, they say it's easy. They say, oh, senior year is the best. It's so fun. But the beginning of this year was staying up at 2 because of stress. And that was not fun at all. Even though it is exactly 1:34 and I am writing and recording the script to my digital story, which is due this morning. That's different though. And obviously, I passed my UNM class for the first semester and I completed my 100 hours, so something pushed me through this hard time, and one of those things was definitely my senior project. My senior project was at Jeremih Elementary School, and I really did have a lot of fun going there because the kids play a lot of sports, and even though I love my days staying inside and playing video games all day, it was good for me to get active once again. I spent my days at my senior project going to recess, then going to their activity period, and then back to class where I had to do math most of the time, and it really did amaze me how much energy these kids have. I learned a lot from these kids about confidence and speaking your mind. Seriously, these kids knew what they wanted to say and they said it. And yeah, at some point that caused a very stressful event, but it showed me how these kids can be so outspoken and free. It was a good change of environment coming from a place full of stressed teens who just want to sleep 24/7. Just like me right now. I want to sleep. I need sleep. I also had the luck to have a very strong mentor. I forgot to mention he's pretty much the reason I chose this place. I mean, if it wasn't him I interviewed when we were looking for a senior project, I would have been very stressed out about finding a good place. One of the outstanding things that I noticed was how he wasn't traditional, at least compared to the other teachers. He really cared about these kids and wanted them to learn as much from him as possible.
Yeah, I've been all over Mexico, and I would say some of the most beautiful people, again, when it comes to personalities and how welcoming and how they will do pretty much anything for you. I think if you develop that rapport with them, these people are the most humble and also the most kind and wonderful. We must remember that these people are coming here with that mindset. Like, I need to make enough money to give my family a better life. But if they can't do that, then what's the point of being here? These people left their entire families back then. Those that leave aunts, uncles, moms, their parents, their siblings, their extended family. In some cases, their children, their wife, the wives have left their husbands with the children. They've made an incredible sacrifice.
I'm very happy with myself for completing my 100 hours after thinking I had to leave to Rio Grande to graduate. It has been a rough year, but I'm happy to say that I'm ready to end this part of my life and finally move on to bigger things. I'm not going to come out and say that this year somehow magically showed me my purpose in life, but it did change me. I made new connections with people who I appreciate and love. I also feel like I've grown more mature, despite the mistakes I've made. I do sometimes wonder myself how different my life would have been if I was a different person, if I was more motivated for myself, if I was a better son for my father, or if I was a better person for my friends. But now I can say I'm more comfortable with myself than I ever have been. I haven't found complete happiness yet, but I feel like I've come a step closer to it.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. Love yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing, no such thing.